All right, so this is something that I get asked a lot. It's how can I maintain friendships and relationships that I've made abroad or that I have at home, but I'm traveling, right? So I'll show you exactly how. And it's pretty simple actually. So the first most important thing is that you video call them. You don't text them, you don't just call them, you video call them because then you can see your face, which also builds rapport, and you just get closer with that person, right? It's not right, like it's not like in real life, but it's close to real life. You're basically trying to emulate a real conversation in real life, right? So now the second one is, and this is actually where a lot of people already, they don't do that, but they actually should, right? It's when your friend or the person that you're talking to, if that friend has a special date, right? Like needing to finish their masters, or the masters deadline, whenever the person says that, then you should write it down, write it into your calendar. Same as with birthdays, some people do it for the birthdays, but you should do it for everything basically, right? So you write it down into your calendar, and on the day off, you text them a message or you call them, you wish them all the best, all the best of luck, and saying, I know you've worked hard, and I know it's gonna go well, something like that. And so you text that person. Now the last thing is, if you're in a group chat with a couple of friends, and I even suggested that, and now we do it, we try to do it regularly, like we try to do it every week, which sometimes is hard, due to the different time zones. But if you're in the group chat with your friends or even with your family, do group video calls. Everybody can share what's going on in their life, right? And I mean, in my case, another friend is in Thailand right now, another friend is in New York, I'm in Paris. I'm in Paris, as you can see. And so schedule group calls. This is how you build rapport, right? And also another thing is, it's an investment. If you have a lot of friends and you try to schedule video calls with them, right? The less friends you have, the more time you should spend with them. The more time you should invest in, doing video calls, even if it's just for 5 minutes, right? Just call them up. But I bet you do have time for those video calls, right? Instead of scrolling around, just call them, have a conversation. And obviously the more friendships and relationships you want to maintain, the less you should invest in the individual time frames, right? So if you have 10 friendships you really care about, or even with your family, right? If you don't have the time, then don't spend an hour talking to that person, right? You don't have to. I mean, to really, really invest is when you go back and see them in real life. It's just to, don't lose the friendship. It's not to build the friendship. I mean, kind of is to build the friendship if you have no other option. But really building the friendship is when you do things together, right? When you have real long conversations. And that is not possible, obviously, only through phone. But you can maintain the friendship or relationship, and you can build upon what's already there. And that's what you should do. I'm sure you do have the time, unless you're working, like, I don't know, 16 hours like a Japanese salaryman, which I hope you don't. Then obviously it's a different story. But I work at least 10 hours every day, and I still have time to call up my friends, do video calls with them, family and stuff. And that's basically it. Also, I have an online community called the Chameleon Society, and yeah, that's a pitch, but no pressure though. You can join, link is in the description. It's basically where I'll tell you how you can build a global network full of friends, relationships, how you can learn several languages and all of that, because that's basically what I've been doing the last 5 years, right? So I've been through everything, had social anxiety, had depression and all of that, and I do actually feel like I have the solution to the things that most people encounter and that most people struggle with, So if you want to join, link is in the description, but as I said, no pressure at all. So yeah, to wrap it up, that's basically it. Video call them, write down the important dates, text them or contact them on that date, right? And then do video group calls, and also try to schedule your plan so that you do have the time. Now there's construction behind me or in front of me. I hope it's not gonna mess up the video. But anyways, always remember, blend in, stand out, and belong anywhere. Take care.